Hi, I am Cynthia Jordan, the founder and CEO of Learn, Look, Locate. I am so honored to be interviewing Alexandra Burd from breastcancertrials.org. She is the outreach operations lead for breastcancertrials.org, and I am so grateful to be partnering with this organization because we believe here at Learn, Look, Locate that we should be able to have access to clinical trials, no matter who you are, no matter what you're going through during this difficult time of dealing with breast cancer. And today we're going to take a deep dive into understanding more about what are clinical trials, how do I access them, what's available. So we have a lot in store today, and I'd love for you to introduce yourself and tell us why we're partnering together and your thoughts about this, I think, incredible partnership.
Yes, thanks, Cynthia. So I'm Alex, and I'm the Outreach and Operations Lead with breastcancertrials.org. And here at breastcancertrials.org, it's our mission to empower individuals affected by breast cancer to consider clinical trials as a routine option for care. And in order to do that, we help people with any stage of breast cancer learn about and consider trials as an option for care. And we're so excited to partner with you, to continue our partnership with you, to make sure that as many people as possible know about breast cancer clinical trials at any stage in their care journey.
That's wonderful. We've been partnering for quite some time. All of the clinical trials are at the bottom of pages on the website, such as radiation, red devil, chemotherapy, lymphedema, brain mets. But what we're going to be doing is working on a dedicated page that will have everything, including these incredible questions that we're going to cover today. So one of the key things that we want to talk about is that clinical trials are available for anyone at any time, like you said, and that there are many types of trials, and that you should ask your doctor about clinical trials anytime you're discussing treatment to be sure you are considering all options, and that you're available to be contacted to understand more. So what is a clinical trial, Alex?
Yes. A clinical trial is a research study that investigates or evaluates a new method or approach to breast cancer care in people. And it's also important to consider not only what a trial is, but the different types of trials that are available, which are treatment trials and non-treatment trials.
How do I find a clinical trial? I mean, how does anyone find this?
Yes, you can find clinical trials many different ways, either by asking your doctor. At any point, you can ask your doctor about the clinical trials that they might be aware of. And especially when you're considering treatment and next steps, to make sure that you're considering all options for care. However, we also at breastcancertrials.org, which is powered by Quantum Leap Healthcare Collaborative, offer several different offerings to help you find and consider clinical trials as an option for care.
So who can participate? Can anyone be part of a clinical trial?
Yes. Many people, actually everyone at any stage in their care journey can participate in trials. There's a common misconception that trials are only a last resort, and that's not the case. Trials are available for anyone at any time. That means that if you haven't been diagnosed with breast cancer, or perhaps you're at an increased risk, there's trials for you. There's trials for you if you've recently been diagnosed but haven't begun treatment yet. There's also, of course, trials for if you're in treatment or if you have completed treatment. And as well as there's trials for people living with metastatic or stage 4 breast cancer. So anyone at any time, there's trials available for you, both treatment trials and non-treatment trials that we can get into also.
So as a breast cancer survivor, my head is spinning and, I'm going through all the appointments, but why should I consider a clinical trial, and even for someone that's just newly diagnosed, as opposed to going the normal route of, going to cancer center and all of that?
Yeah, there's many reasons why someone might consider a trial. Perhaps when we're considering treatment trials, which investigate new types of treatments, drugs, or procedures, the thing to consider here is that you might receive tomorrow's drug today. And what this means is that a experimental drug or treatment that you're receiving in a trial might become standard of care therapy in the future. And what standard of care therapy is what we know today to be the most effective treatment. And this investigational drug or procedure in the trial may become the standard of care in the future based on the results of this clinical trial. So you might have access to tomorrow's drug, tomorrow's better medication or treatment today.
That's really important. I did not know that. So what are the risks and what are the benefits of going on a clinical trial?
Yes, it's definitely important to consider both the risks and the benefits. You may receive the standard of care therapy, which, as we said, is what's currently known to be the most effective drug or treatment. But you also may receive the standard of care plus the experimental drug. So you may personally benefit if this experimental drug is better than the standard of care, but you may not. So it's important to consider the risks and the benefits, but what you will receive is additional care and additional monitoring beyond what you would receive outside of a clinical trial. So just making sure you're aware of all your options and all the risks and benefits before you participate and you enroll is definitely what we encourage.
What are the misconceptions about clinical trials, Alex?
Yes, of course, there's definitely misconceptions around clinical trials. It's a term that at breastcancertrials.org, we are here to help deconstruct and to spread awareness about the truths about clinical trials. When we're thinking about trials, what we talked about before is that they're not a last resort. So they're available for anyone at any stage, at anywhere in their care journey.
Okay, and what types of clinical trials are there available?
Yes, I'm so glad you asked this. This is one of my favorite questions because when we consider clinical trials, we think about only, well, at least most of the time, or often treatment trials, which, and of course, investigate new drugs, new procedures, new types of immunotherapies or targeted therapy or hormone therapy or even surgery. There's also non-treatment trials, which are very fascinating and have so many benefits to advancing the care and quality of life. These types of trials help manage side effects or improve quality of life or help make treatment decisions with genetic testing and biomarker testing. So these trials can help you advance care and contribute to healthcare and medical research in that way without participating in a treatment trial as well.
So the misconception of, and I believe in that, this is what I think, it's only for people in treatment. So there's so much more to offer. And we're going to be working together to get this out there so people are aware. I'm excited about that. Tell me why diversity in clinical trial participation is just so very important.
Yeah, I'm so glad you asked that. Trial participation, particularly diversity and always in clinical trial participation, is necessary because it's been shown that differences in race and in sex and ethnicity contribute to differences in treatment response, which means people of different groups may respond differently to medications. So we must make sure that diversity and people of all groups and characteristics participate in trials, because it's really hard to tell if a certain group is not included in trials and research that drug works in that group. So we want and we need diversity in trials for that reason, but also for equity. We want to make sure that people of all groups have access to the most promising, the most innovative treatments at the earliest stage in clinical trials, so that we all can benefit from research in an equitable way.
It's amazing. How can someone find a clinical trial? How do they find
Yes,
it?
well, we're here at breastcancertrials.org. Of course, like I said, you can either ask your doctor at any point in considering trials, but at breastcancertrials.org, we offer several different offerings to help you and your loved ones, and also use as a tool with your doctor to find trials that are right for you. We have tools for people at any stage. We have breastcancertrials.org, which is a tool for people who have not been diagnosed, who are in treatment, who have completed treatment. And we also have Metastatic Trial Search, which is a clinical trial matching tool specifically for people living with metastatic disease. So based on your situation, we have a tool for you to find trials that are right for you.
Here at Learn, Look, Locate, we will have all of them pretty soon, right?
Yes, definitely.
As many as we can. How to use, tell us a little bit about the program at breastcancertrials.org and how to use it.
Yep. So as I mentioned, we have two different clinical trial matching tools based on your situation. Breastcancertrials.org, which is for those who have not been diagnosed, who are recently diagnosed, in treatment, and have completed treatment. And Metastatic Trial Search, which is for those living with metastatic disease. All clinical trials that are in these tools are trials that are currently recruiting in the US for breast cancer specifically. And we write all information in these clinical trial summaries in patient-friendly language that makes it as easy as possible for you to understand what the trial is, what the purpose is, who's involved, more about what the trial itself is investigating. And we compile additional information and links to help you be able to consider all trials as an option for care. And as a companion to Metastatic Trial Search, we have Metastatic Trial Talk, which is a monthly publication that is specific to metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, research and clinical trials, where we provide research updates, we provide a list of new trials each month, and we also provide context about what clinical trial is, different terms used in trials, how trials are designed. That way, not only can you understand and keep up with research news, but you can also understand more about the actual process of being in a clinical trial and how they work, so that you're as educated as possible when you're considering all your options.
Which is so important. So how are you different?
Yes, we're different as a nonprofit clinical trial matching service. We are not biased, and we put all clinical trials that are recruiting in the US on our tools. We also, as a nonprofit, do not sell or share your data for any reason. We keep that very safe, and you can trust that we don't share your treatment information or your profile information or your email or contact information for any reason. And we also have a help desk, as you mentioned, where you can contact us and we'll help you one-on-one find a trial.
24/7, or just like, is it 24/7 help desk, or?
It's a email and a phone line where you can either send us an email or leave a voicemail and contact us, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible to help you.
That's amazing. So this misconception that clinical trials are just for treatments is really something we need to get out there. I mean, this is just incredible. There's especially with genetic testing, and that's a big passion point for me. I think the power of what genetic testing can do to save a life is something we need to really understand more. So, any closing thoughts? This is incredible. I'm so grateful that, we have these questions to help everyone truly understand how to navigate all of this. It's a lot. We are really bombarded with anxiety and information overload, but to have this candid conversation about how simple you make it and how supportive you are is really amazing. So any other last thoughts?
Yeah, the main takeaway here is that trials are always available for everyone at any time. And our mission is to make consideration of clinical trials the norm versus the exception. So at breastcancertrials.org and our team with Quantum Leap Healthcare Collaborative, that's what we seek out to do. We not only encourage you to ask your doctor about clinical trials at any time throughout your care journey, but also to reach out to us either at our help desk or online at breastcancertrials.org. We can help you find trials that are right for you, and we hope to empower everyone to do the same and consider trials as an option for their care.
And that's why we're aligned, because we want to empower people to be educated about all their options.
Yes, definitely. We believe in empowering and helping people advocate for themselves and be their own.
Yes. Thank you so much, Alex. I am beyond grateful to be working with you guys. This is very exciting.
Thank you.